You know, I had started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped I had started and stopped. Over the months, I have started and stopped a script about how disappointed I was in the depreciation of the legendary Ice Cube. One of my biggest influences as a young MC just trying to find myself in the Midwest wasteland of 1990s era St. Louis. Ice Cube not only inspired me to sharpen my pen, but he also inspired me to read and to understand the structure and the foundation of the Reaganomics and the ravages that it wreaked on our communities and how he so eloquently addressed it early on in his career. But now, Ice Cube has mutated into an old white man. And I think the problem is, Cube, is you stopped reading. And listen, I get it. You got a basketball league. You got to write and review and rewrite scripts, approve this, approve that. You got to catch flights to production meetings. I get it. You got a lot on your plate. But through all of that, you stopped reading, my dude. And somewhere along the way, you lost your way. And what's up with the whole Qatar connection? You just gonna skip over the white nationalist slave owners and go right back to the original source, huh? Yeah, I get it. You'll be all right riding around in a limo with Tucker Carlson and shit.
So you've never fallen for a politician?
I can't say that. You know, I've had hope.
And considering the 3 million black people that actually wanted to vote and were illegally taken off the voting rolls.
I should mention you are the Guardian, New York Times reporter, author of The Best Democracy Money Can Buy. Your latest film is Vigilante Inc.
And so these are calculations I would do, and I have done for federal courts. So we had, are you ready for this? According to the Elections Assistance Commission, the official numbers, we had 4,776,706 voters purged from the voter rolls wrongly. And I'm not making this up. I had the guys from that work with the Microsoft and Amazon go through every single purged name in 2 states, Georgia and Wisconsin. We took those 2 states. And we found, for example, in Georgia, that 198,000 voters, we actually have their names and addresses were wrongly removed from the voter rolls. And you'll be shocked, overwhelmingly, voters of color. In Wisconsin, almost every voter removed by the purge was either a black voter in Milwaukee or a student in Madison.
While you telling black people, like, if you meet somebody that's trying to register them to vote, to come back with all this vitriol and rage.
Be skeptical of anybody telling you to vote and not telling you to ask for anything. People that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect. That shit gonna end. That shit gonna.
At the end of the day, it does nothing to help black people who have less than you. So with all that, Cube has now left the door open for young Drake.
Obama ain't never put no money in my fucking pockets, nigga. Kamala ain't never put no money in my pockets, nigga. Trump put money in my pockets, nigga. Did Kamala call my fucking phone? Did Obama call my motherfucking phone? Y'all so worried about he performed, him, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross. Kamala, you ain't even win.
So now we have your boy, Soulja Boy. And listen, I would expect everything he said. I expected him to coon and be loud and wrong. I actually predicted exactly what he would say before he said it. Well, mostly. I mean, what old Dumbo ears got to do with it? Why you gonna bring him into it? He wasn't even running. You just come in just spraying indiscriminately, hopping out the truck, spraying the whole block. No, Kamala did not give you $1 million because anybody that actually cares about black people don't fucking respect you. Your stupid ass tried to set hip hop back 20 years, didn't you? Guess what? It ain't work. Shut the fuck up and slide your Sambo ass out of here because you bring nothing of substance to the conversation. Grown folks talking. So take your $1 million and crawl your irrelevant ass back up under the rock that Trump pulled you from out under. The fuck? Oh. Rick Ross. Well, all I can say is that it is a stranger thing when you look at the connection between old Ronald Reagan,
an alien threat from outside this world,
and the Nicaraguan Contra Dope Gang, and the real Rick Ross, and now today with the mutated inbred grandson of old Reagan and the new Rick Ross. Flats only. Oh. And Snoop Doggy Dogg talking real shit. Right here, talking real shit right here.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the fuck out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first? Osborne's the one that performs for himself.
Yeah, he's talking about you, Soldier Boy. He's talking about you, Young Draco. And I guess Snoop changed his mind. We can all change our mind, I guess. But, I mean, he did say we could roast him, right?
I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the fuck out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it.
I mean, that's what the man said. That's what he said.
Get him.
Oh, receding tide of the ocean shoreline and having ass nigga. Oh, black tie bar back at the Confederate Soldiers Ball looking ass.
Get him.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be serious. It's really not a laughing matter. They cloned Snoop. Listen, they took the black Snoop and then they put him in Guantanamo Bay, and then they took a rich white man's consciousness and put it in his new body. In the clone Snoop. That's what happened. Well, look, I don't know. It's the only way that I can explain this about face, but like the black guy that Tip says, link in the description, Snoop is like white people famous. So I don't know. Mr. Brodus might be all right. But I wouldn't be surprised though if Snoop actually walks this back. The other three guys, I don't know. Do I have to do this segment? You said you a journalist. Oh, you said you a journalist. Supposed to be a journalist, ain't you?
The scholarships that I've been giving away since I've been in this business. I thought you was riding with me for the people that I got signed up on the bone marrow stem cell registry that was all record breaking and helping people save lives. I thought you was riding with your boy for the children that we visit at Children's Hospital to Brains. I thought you was riding with me for the bikes and the presents and the things that we give away to unfortunate kids at Christmas. I thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for.
Kamala didn't invite you to
No. She didn't invite me.
She didn't invite me either, man. I was going to do all that or your political choice or whatever. We're giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I would ask them to show me where he's a white supremacist. And here's the thing. Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Hold on. He did create
I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years. That had mass incarceration. He did not rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like, okay, is he written to him now? So nobody's allowed to change, right?
And yeah, he did actually say that you ain't black if you vote for him. Clear miscalculation on his part, for sure. But you seem to not have a problem with another white man saying that black people support him because he's a fucking criminal. I mean, I don't know about you, but my intelligence was thoroughly insulted at the idea that me, as a black man, support you because you got a fucking mugshot. That to me is even more insulting.
Got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me. You know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Springfield, Ohio, has given himself emergency powers in the wake of bomb threats. He says it's because Donald Trump and other Republicans are still spreading lies about Haitian migrants. CTV's Washington.
Troopers now stand guard in this small Ohio town. Security cameras installed after more than 30 bomb threats, all hoaxes, shut down city and school buildings. It all started after this.
Thought we was trying to do better. But Trump can tell black people that they need their head examined if they vote for Kamala, right? But no, actually, Trump's dumb ass needs his head examined. This is the same dipshit that thought he could telepathically declassify classified documents. Say what you want about Kamala or old Rickety, but goddamn, dude, Trump gets to walk around with an army of billionaire, blatant white nationalists who are unqualified to even be there, and all the while screaming DEI and CRT. And that's very ironic because there was a reason we had DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is because mediocre white boys like this was getting positions that they did not deserve. Jeez Louise. And it seems you need at least one count of grape picking in Martha's Vineyard to even be considered for Hell's Kitchen. Let alone there's a trail of real life people who have done real prison time and doing real prison time for crimes that they committed for Trump. Also invoking the military. But Trump, this guy, disrespects Gold Star families. You know, Gold Star families, those who have lost a family member in the theater of combat or in service to the country.
Made it while defending why it took 12 days to publicly acknowledge the deaths of the 4 Green Berets, including Sergeant LaDavid Johnson. On Tuesday, Sergeant Johnson's remains were transferred back to his widow in Miami, who also took a condolence call from the president. Florida Democrat and Congresswoman Federica Wilson was with Johnson when Mr. Trump called.
He never said the word hero. He said to the wife, well, I guess he knew what he was getting into.
From the bottom of my heart, that a person who has never sacrificed is incapable of love. Love of country, love of purpose, love of their fellow human beings.
And you trying to gaslight us with ducks that you don't even really have in a row.
Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. He did create
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years. That had mass incarceration.
Okay, now listen. I give you like a C+ on your history lesson there. Matter of fact, I'll raise you one. Extra credit for free. I'll give you this one. You also could have pointed out how Biden betrayed Anita Hill, an accomplished, brilliant black woman in her case against the original Uncle Ruckus back in the day. Yeah, I remember the high-tech lynching bullshit. And another correction, the very racist sentencing disparities you were talking about, where crack possession got you more time than powder, were not in the 1994 crime bill. That was in 1986. The 1986 drug abuse bill that was actually under Ronald Reagan.
An alien threat from outside this world.
Now, when it comes to the 1994 act you're talking about, Nelly, the guy who was responsible for the 3 strikes rule was, of course, a part of this white nationalist movement that I keep talking about, or I keep trying to warn people about. Trent Lott. What state does he represent? I didn't put that in the script. But after looking him up, he is, of course, as I expected, fucking problematic. They always are. But it's not a question of the cult of personality surrounding Donald Trump or Kamala caricatures of it all. It's about a Reaganomics, white nationalist fever dream that he represents. And I believe that you know that, which is why it's so disappointing. But like the great Deion Sanders once said, sometimes you got to make a business decision. And sometimes those decisions can alienate the very people that support you. Listen, we got work to do. So I'll be seeing y'all sooner than later. This is JD at Giant TV. Love y'all, man. Hold on, let me get my remote. Love y'all, man. Out.